Today, we are going to talk about a man who changed music in America forever. This man is known as the king of rock and roll. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English on Autopilot. And today we are talking about a very, very important man in music, especially rock and roll. Rock and roll. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley was born in 1935. He was born in Mississippi, in a very small town. The town is called Tupelo, Mississippi. Elvis's family, his mom, and his dad, they did not have a lot of money. No, they were very poor. They had no money. They were very, very poor. In 1935, many families, here's little Elvis, many families did not have money. It was a very hard time in the United States. But Elvis, he didn't care about money. No. He was a kid. What Elvis loved was music. Elvis loved music. And he was surrounded by music all the time. He was surrounded and listened to a lot of music. And as Elvis grew up, he began to sing. He began to sing in church. He began to sing in church, in the choir with other people. Elvis sang in church. And it was very important to him as he grew up. In church, Elvis sang gospel music. Gospel music comes from African American culture, people that were brought from Africa to the United States as slaves and later were freed. In 1935, America was still segregated, where white people like Elvis and his family normally were apart from black people. But at church, there was a mix of white people and black people. And the music that came from African American culture was very important to Elvis. Elvis also on the radio, he listened to blues music. And country music. He listened to a lot of types of music. And for Elvis, this was very important. Eventually, Elvis grew up and he sang his first song. We are going to fast forward to the year 1954, where Elvis, now as a young man, he recorded with a microphone. He recorded his first song. He recorded a song in Memphis, Tennessee. Tennessee is a state with a long history of music and famous musicians. People, when they heard the song, they realized when they listened that Elvis's song was different than other songs they've heard. There was something magical in his voice and his style of music. Eventually, Elvis went on TV to play a song, to perform on TV. And Elvis's music was amazing. People, they loved his music. They loved his music. Oof, that heart is very bad. Let me redraw the heart. Oof, still bad. Hold on. A little better. They loved Elvis's music. But when they saw Elvis on TV, Elvis could also dance. He could also dance. And he could move his hips. He could move his hips in a way that was shocking. He would move them back and forth, and people were shocked. What? Older people, they did not like it. They did not like it. But young people, wow, they loved Elvis and how he danced. Elvis continued to get more and more famous. More and more people loved Elvis. And Elvis made more and more money. He made a lot of money. Why did Elvis become so famous and make a lot of money? Because he was different. Of course, Elvis was very handsome, like me. He was also very charismatic, which means he had a lot of personality. He was very funny and nice, and he was a star. People liked Elvis as a person as well. And most importantly, his music was different. His music mixed black music like blues and gospel and white music, more traditional white music like country music. This mix was new. It was not old. No, it was new and exciting. And people loved Elvis's music because they had never heard something like it before. Never. But in 1958, when Elvis was very famous and making a lot of money, he got drafted. He had no choice. He couldn't choose yes or no. He was drafted, which is obligatory. You have to go into the United States Army. So instead of his guitar, Elvis had to pick up a gun. And he went to Germany for 2 years. For 2 years, Elvis was in the United States military. I know. Today, we do not have a draft. But in 1958, they still did. When Elvis came back to the United States, he went to Hollywood in California, where they make movies. And Elvis acted in movies. He acted in movies as an actor. And became even more famous. But his music was less popular. Less people listened to his music because there was a lot of new music coming from England, like bands such as the Beatles, which were now even more famous than Elvis. So Elvis started a new career in Hollywood as an actor. And it went well, but not amazing. No, not great. It was okay. After this, Elvis had an idea. He had an idea where he said, I'm going to move to Las Vegas. I'm going to Las Vegas to perform live. Elvis, instead of the movies where they film, he got on a stage. He got on a stage for people to watch him play music and dance. In Las Vegas, he became very, very famous. He performed a lot. And he always wore sparkly outfits like this one. He became famous for his outfits. He performed at a hotel and casino. And he worked a lot. And he made a lot of money. But Elvis's health was not very good. His health was not very good. He was in a lot of pain. And he started taking a lot of pills. A lot of pills that you get from a doctor. For the pain. And he ate unhealthy food like bacon, a lot of bacon. And the pills and Elvis started to drink a lot of alcohol, like whiskey. He drank a lot and took a lot of pills. Elvis, because of the pills and eating a lot, he gained a lot of weight. He became a little bit fat. He gained a lot of weight. And he did not sleep very good. He didn't sleep. No, he was very, very tired. He was tired and didn't have energy to perform. Then in the year 1977, Elvis, he died. Elvis died. He died in his home, in Tennessee. His home was very famous. It was called Graceland, and he died there. Elvis, when he died, was only 42 years old. He was young, but he took a lot of pills and drank a lot, and he passed away. He died young. Today, you still hear Elvis's music, like Jailhouse Rock or a song called Hound Dog. Have you heard those songs? If not, after this video, watch Elvis perform and listen to his music. It's very good. Elvis had a short career, but important. And that's why he is known as the king of rock and roll. Because he started the genre. He started playing a new style of music called rock and roll. And he will always be known as the king. Have you ever heard Elvis? Have you ever heard his songs? Put it in the comments below. And if you like his music, tell me in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to keep watching more comprehensible input right here. And we'll see each other in the next video. Bye.